bookish people, my name's Carrie. Welcome to my channel. As I'm sure you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be me picking my March TBR using my TBR jar. I'm going to be using this jar to pick out 5 books for my March TBR. I feel like 5 books might be a little risky just because I'm not always reading more than 5 in a month, but I have some big plans for March, and if everything goes as I'm hoping it will, I will be reading a little bit more, at least a little bit more than usual in the month of March. So I think 5 books is great. It's going to be a good amount for me. This is my TBR cart. If you've never watched one of these videos from me, which I think I only have posted 3 of them, so highly likely, but this is my TBR cart. It's got the majority of the books that I'm going to be picking from on here. I also have a stack over here that is off camera, I'm pretty sure, and it's just a few of the 26 books that I'm hoping to read in 2026. It's really just the ones that I have physical books of. Hopefully I can maybe get a few of these on there too. Let's get right into it and pick our first prompt. Prompt 1. A book that fits the season. Okay, so that is definitely an interesting one because this is for March, which is kind of like a cusp season, but I'm going to consider it to be spring. In my mind, it is not winter anymore. In March, it is the beginning of spring. However, spring books, I feel like, are kind of hard to find. Hang on. Okay. Dougie. My cat Dougie is here. I don't know if you can see him. He's just being mischievous. It's his mischievous hour, so he likes to roam around and just get into things that he's not necessarily supposed to be getting into. So if you see him pop up, that's why. But we did find a book that fits the season, mostly because it's set during spring break. I don't know if it's really going to have spring vibes, but I think this is as good as we're going to get, in all honesty. This book is basically about 6 friends. They're on a road trip for spring break. They break down, and I guess they're being hunted. It sounds like it's just really going to be a good old-fashioned thriller book. I've read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson before, and I did really like it. I chose not to read the last one just because I didn't love the direction the story was going in, but the first one, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, was such a good book for me. I think I gave it 4 or 5 stars, so I am really excited to read this, and I love that it's a standalone. So that is our book for prompt number 1, 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. Okay, prompt number 2. A paperback book. This is easy. All my books are paperback. So this leaves a lot of room for just picking whatever the heck I want. I can't decide. Should I go for a series that I am already in the middle of? Should I start something new? What am I considering? Like, what do I really want to read right now? I want to read Glow of the Everflame for sure. I do really want to read Red Rising. Ooh, This Woven Kingdom I definitely want to read. The Bridge Kingdom. I have been itching to read this one as well. Ugh, which one do I pick? I don't know. These are all such good options. I'm gonna put this one back because I have to put something back, you know? Like, I have to choose one of these books for this. I think I'm really thinking that I'm between This Woven Kingdom and The Bridge Kingdom, which is kind of funny because they both have the word kingdom in them. I think I'm gonna go with The Bridge Kingdom. I just feel like this is gonna sound kind of bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna love this book, and so I feel like I'd rather read it before reading some other books that I think I'm really gonna enjoy. That way I'm not super bummed out if I read it after a book that I really enjoy. I don't know. This is the worst, most insane logic ever. I've already started this book. I read the first chapter. The first chapter of this book left my jaw on the floor. Like, I read the first chapter and I just was like, what? It just was so shocking to me. It's like as soon as I read the back of the book, I'm instantly like, I want to read that book so badly. Okay, I'm gonna go with The Bridge Kingdom. I'm just making up my mind, okay? I'm in the middle of like doing kind of a big reading vlog right now too, so I keep picking up books and thinking that I should just read it right now in the reading vlog because it sounds so good. But I'm gonna put this one on the TBR. This one follows Aaron, right? No, Laura. Just kidding. Okay, so The Bridge Kingdom is about a warrior princess trained in isolation, Laura. She is driven by two certainties. The first is that King Aaron of the Bridge Kingdom is her enemy, and the second is that she'll be the one to bring him to his knees. The only route through a storm-ravaged world, the Bridge Kingdom of Ithaca enriches itself and deprives its rivals, including Laura's homeland. So when she's sent there as a bride under the guise of peace, Laura is prepared to do whatever it takes to fracture its impenetrable defenses and the defenses of its king. Yet, as she infiltrates her new home and gains a deeper understanding of the war to possess the bridge, Laura begins to question whether she's the hero or the villain. As her feelings for her husband transform from frosty hostility to fierce passion, Laura must choose which kingdom she'll save and which she'll destroy. I'm excited to read this. So our book for prompt number 2 is The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen. Prompt number 3. I saw this one, and I know exactly what I'm going to pick already. It's a yellow book. And this is it. I'm so glad that I picked The Bridge Kingdom for the last one. Okay, This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. I'm so excited to get to this book. I'm going to read the back of it. To all the world, Eliza is a disposable servant, not the long-lost heir to the ancient Jin kingdom forced to hide in plain sight. The crown prince, Cameron, has heard the prophecies foretelling the death of his king, but he could never have imagined that the servant girl that he can't put out of his mind would one day uproot his kingdom and the world. This Woven Kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen, who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save her people from the half-lives they've been forced to live. I do not know why, but just reading the back of the book, it gives me Aelin and Dorian vibes, in all honesty. Like, that is the vibe that I get from this book. I don't know. I just have this feeling this book is going to be so good. I feel like the plot is going to be fantastic. I'm just so here for it. I'm really excited to start a series that I'm hoping is going to be like a really great series. So book number 3 is This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. Okay. Prompt number 4. Give me something interesting. Whoa. Whoa, this one's long. A book that has been on your TBR for over a year. There are some books on this cart that I for sure know have been on my TBR for over a year, mostly because most of them have been on my TBR for more than a year. A year is not actually that long of a time if we are really thinking about it. I'm pretty sure the back is mostly new books. This is new. Oof. Okay, hang on. Okay, so 2 books that have been on my TBR for more than a year. We've got The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. And then we've got The Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I am on the fence right now. I think I know what I want to choose, but they both sound like, oh, hello. But they both sound like such a good time, in all honesty. They're both probably going to be just as good, but I do feel like this one is going to have just a little bit more plot, and this one's probably going to be a little bit more romance focused. I'm only saying that because I'm going based off of things that I've heard, but I do think that I am leaning more towards The Cruel Prince, which I did not think was going to be the case when I initially pulled this prompt and looked at my TBR cart. I'm pretty sure most people have read this. I am like one of the only people in the world who hasn't. That's not true. I'm not that special. But I am one of the few people who has not yet read this trilogy, and maybe it's a good time to rectify that. So it says, sharpen your blade, harden your heart. Jude was 7 when her parents were murdered, and she and her 2 sisters were stolen away to live in the treacherous high court of Fairy. 10 years later, Jude wants nothing more than to belong there, but many of the Fae despise humans, especially Prince Cardan? I don't know. The youngest and wickedest son of the High King. To win a place at the court, Jude must defy him and face the consequences. I've heard such mixed things about this book series, but obviously it's kind of a it's not a classic, but it is a very well-known and well-liked series for a lot of people, and there's a reason that I bought it so long ago. It was because I thought it was going to be great. So I think that it's time for me to just freaking read this book already. So it's going on the March TBR as our 4th book, and I'm going to really try to prioritize this one, I think. Okay, we are now picking prompt number 5. This is our last prompt, so I'm really hoping that it's a good one. I don't even know what I want it to be, you know? Okay. Thick. A book by an author that I've read before. Okay, this is kind of fun and interesting because this could be something new from an author that I've read before, or it could be continuing a series because obviously I've read the author before. Oh, okay. Honestly, I'm gonna just pick books that are not continuations of series, but also from authors that I've already read. I'm gonna say spin-off series do count, but I don't know if I have any spin-offs right now that I'm not, like, already in the middle of. Okay, well, I think that ooh, Wild Reverence is also an author that I've read before. Huh. Okay, these are all by authors that I've read before and liked before. So, oh, this one's gonna be hard because as many of you are probably very appropriately asking, why the heck have I not read this book yet? And the answer is, I really don't know. It's big. Maybe that's why. I'm worried that it's gonna make me cry, so I feel like I need to only read it on my weekend, and that's just hard. To carve out a very specific weekend day to read. Now I'm thinking that maybe I should just binge read this book this weekend. Ooh, what is that? Why do I have a weird little thing in here? Is that a sticker? Oh my god. Please come off. There was a security tag sticker on the page of this book. How rude. I'm glad that that came off nicely and didn't rip the page. I'm not gonna do this one. I'm not really in the mood for like something really spicy right now. Not that I think this is gonna be like only spice, but it could be. Who knows? It very, very well could be. It literally says on the front, the 7 circles have never been so hot, in all caps. So maybe a little bit spicier than I'm looking for right this second. So yes, I'm gonna put this one back. Yes, so that leaves these 2. And these are both books that I genuinely feel like I should read. This one because I've said I'm gonna read it several times, and this one because it's been on my TBR for so very long. Every other book on my TBR right now is starting a new series, and so I just feel like if I also read this one, I'm just gonna be absolutely drowning in new series. I recently did the math, and I think I'm in the middle of like 26 or 28 series right now, which is a lot actually. So I feel like starting a ton of new series is just a bad idea. Honestly, I'm kind of afraid to do this, but we are putting Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross on the TBR once again, okay? If I don't read this book, please, somebody come take all my books away from me, because I do feel like that's a crime at this point. I have no clue how many times it's been on my monthly TBR, but it feels like it's been maybe 10. I'm gonna read this in the month of March. We're all gonna love it. I'm not going to read the blurb of this one again because it's long and I've read it 1,000 times already. It's time. This is set in the same world as the Divine Rivals duology, the Letters of Enchantment duology, if you will. It follows a different goddess. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a prequel. Matilda, she has like a messenger power. She's got the magic of sending messages. There's this mortal man who kind of dreams of her, asks her for her help, and then she is nowhere to be found. He becomes a little bit jaded because of this, and then one day she comes tumbling into his life, and I don't really know what the stakes are in this book exactly. Like, I don't know, based off of the blurb, what the main conflict is going to be, but I do know that it'll probably be beautiful and somewhat heartbreaking, so that's always fun and cool. So our fifth and final book is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, and that concludes our prompt pickin' for our March TBR. Woo. Okay, so the 5 books that I picked for my March TBR are Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, The Bridge Kingdom by Daniel L. Jensen, The Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi, and The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Maybe comment down below and tell me what you're planning to read in March, or let me know if you think some of these books should be prioritized over others, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye!